morning, Arnetta. How are you? Happy Friday. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for hitting the like button and commenting. It means a lot. It helps with the algorithm of the channel, and the more people that are exposed to my channel, the more views I get. The more views I get, I actually get paid from YouTube. That's always fun. And always need it with 3 bambinos. It's Friday. I don't feel good. I told Kendall that I will do a short live and actually go to the doctor's or urgent care because I feel super, super crummy. Ay, ay, ay. So I'm going through these paper pieces. So good morning, happy Friday. I hate when like you print out a pattern and you're missing a piece and you're just like, wait, something's not right. I'll just trace it out. Good morning for Blizzardland. I know we have another storm coming in, and it's supposed to be another flood or something. So I'm going to go get some stuff. My cheeks are really red. I'm sorry. I'm like kind of flushed. I'm still not feeling good. I don't know. I've been fighting congestion and sinus issues with like headache and throat and ear since before Christmas. And I know it's going around because a lot of people I'm talking to, they're like, "Oh, I've been having ear infections or whatever, or strep or whatever since like Thanksgiving." And I'm like, I can't do it. Sorry, my chapstick is going everywhere. Yeah, so like last night was the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm so tired. I can't breathe, and then I'm taking like tablets so that way my mouth doesn't get dry, and it's not fun. But it is a nice balmy 32 degrees right now, and it is pretty nice. Yesterday I finished a bag and I finished it way early. Actually, I could have made another one. I just wasn't trying to push myself. My plans this weekend is to still rearrange everything in the room so that way it can kind of go back to somewhat of a norm. I'm going to be filming the bag of the month bag tomorrow. I'm trying to see if on Monday if I could film like a couple of videos that, because I know I haven't got you guys any videos, but I did have a good substitute for today. It's just with the flooding. I was gonna do the Rosie because I get a lot of requests for that one because I make a lot of Harry Potter bags or Star Trek or Star Wars bags out of them, and so it's a very fast make. So I'm going to try to see if I can make that on Monday so you guys can have it for next Friday. And then yeah, that's one of my favorite swoon bags, and I want to get a swoon bag done each month. So I said, why not the Rosie or Lucy? There was Rosie, Lucy, or Sandra. There's a lot that I want to make. Good morning, Christine. So because there's no video today, I wanted to show you what I started for New Year's resolutions. So because I sell my bags, I don't know how many of you guys make to sell, but because I sell my bags, what I get a lot is like if I'm at a convention, somebody will be like, "Oh my God, I love your, I don't know, Star Wars bag, but I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. Do you have it in Coraline or do you have it in something else?" And if I do have it, what I have to do is like I wind up taking my phone, scrolling through it, trying to find trying to find it on Instagram or something else so that way I can show them. And it could be, it's hard, I can't explain it, but when you have people in front of you talking and then you see other people around you that are interested in bags, you're like trying to scroll, try to answer questions. So I decided to do something different. I started a New Year's resolution, as in I'm going to take one picture of my bag, a physical picture, my favorite picture of the bag, put it on inside of a planner, put the date that I made it, the material, the hardware stuff, and if I'm able to re-get this hardware. Because like I'll give you an example. Thumbs and Thimbles, they don't have the retail open 24/7. So if I get like, let's say, a Star Wars pen, I'm not guaranteed to get that again within that year. So if somebody wants to have that, I have to give them different options and inform them that I don't have that hardware anymore. So mine, I started with the Happy Planner, and it says my voice is a treasure, and it is. I love Ariel, and oh god, I love the new Little Mermaid so much. So it's going to be the 2024 edition, and there's some pictures I can't show you, so I'm going to show you some, and then there's going to be a post-it in front of it. If you see a post-it in front of it, that means it is a picture that is for a strike or a future bag. And when you strike or test for a designer, you don't show the public oh, thank you, JC. You don't show the public the bag. It's, out of respect. So what I'll show you, the first bag I made for the year was the Harry Potter bag. So I put down like the date, what pattern it is, and you can see here it's a Nova OG. I'm funny with myself because there's no pattern. And people are really upset about that. And if you're on here because you've seen this post, like, and so whatever, I'm not gatekeeping. I'm not a gatekeeper. I will tell you where I get everything because I want you to tell me if I like something. But yeah, it's like a compilation of like so many different patterns and so many different looks. I screen grab when I see a bag. Like if I see a Louis Vuitton that I like and I think I can make it nerdy, I'll screen grab it and then I'll put it in different memory banks and different alerts on different calendar dates so that it can remind me that I wanted to make something with it. This is a bag I made for Bag of the Month. I made it on January 4th, but you guys can't see it, but you see Darth Vader, and that's, oh, hello, the dark side. And then you guys remember the messenger bag that I made from Fierce Kitten. This next page I can't show you, so I'm going to show you this other page. So I made this bag as an order recently, and it went out, and she just got it yesterday, and she absolutely loves it. And this is the bag that I made yesterday, and so I wrote down, January 11th, it's where I got the bag, what kind of fabric it is. Can I get this fabric again? This is Notorious. I don't think this is in her reruns. She only does May the 4th around May the 4th. And then I put like matte black hardware, and I gotta ask Lauren if she's gonna come out with any more of these Star Wars tags because I'm all out. But this is what I've been doing, so that way when I go to this convention and someone's like, oh my god, I love that Star Wars bag, but do you have something that from Lord of the Ring? I can show them some of the things I made from different Lord of the Ring collections, so that way they can see what my work is tangibly in their hand versus me scrolling through a phone or I gotta get a new tablet. That has to be a goal of mine for before I go to these conventions, because my tablet, and I don't want to say this, I feel like I have to get it. I usually get a Samsung, and I'm this close to like trying to start saving up for an Apple tablet, and I'm literally having heart palpitations. I'm not an Apple fan, but I do know their tablets work really well, and it works really well as a kiosk system in your because I have like a small handhold point of sale transaction, and it would be nice to have a bigger kiosk where I can, like, when I bag and tag, I can register all the bags and just have to press it and then charge them the tax or whatever and call it a day. And Square likes to work with Apple tremendously, and my Samsung, it dies all the time. It has no memory. I'm having a lot of issues with it, and it's very frustrating. Like, very, very frustrating, especially when it comes down to filming. So like I'm starting to have to go film more on my phone than I can on my tablet. So it's just if it's not one thing, it's another, right? So that's what I've been doing. And then also it helps me kind of catalog where my hardware goes, because you guys hear me complain all the time. I need antique hardware. I do use a lot of antique hardware. Just like off of the 7 bags that I made this year, 5 out of them have antique hardware. One has black and the other one has like a gunmetal. And I was just like, damn. So yeah, my plan is to go to the urgent care, get checked out for my sinuses, and see if I need to get antibiotics because it's been a minute. And then I need to go to Joann so that way I can get stuff prepared for the bag of the month video, which I'm really excited. I think you're going to enjoy February's bag of the month 100%. I know. It's so expensive. I know. I want an iPad Pro because I also know that you can use iMovies to edit your videos, and that would help tremendously too. I have a Samsung phone. I love Samsung, but this tablet that I have it's garbage. I've lost videos. I've lost because of the memory. I have to like delete everything in it to film something. To film something, I have to delete like the whole entire like redo the thing, and then the Wi-Fi, it doesn't connect to Wi-Fi or whatever. And then when I took it to the not Verizon, AT&T, they said it's just because it doesn't, they're like, you should get a tablet that has like its own cellular service. And I don't know. I'm like, I think I need an iPad, and I would like a, a, a nicer model because the thing is if you do look to sell, there are chip readers that you could put into your phone, right? But it drains your battery. These are things people don't talk about. When you're at a convention, whether you're at a rodeo convention, Comic-Con, or a bigger convention, a lot of people charge you for energy. So if you have to plug your phone or plug something into something, they'll charge you for it. And like, for example, at AwesomeCon, they charge you $125. So I have my own hotspot. So my phone is cool, but I cannot touch my phone. I do not answer emails, anything. I don't answer any phone calls, nothing, why I have that. And I have my little POS system. But the problem is that as I'm getting bigger, this PO system is not helping me with transactions. And it doesn't, I always think the people that have the stands with their Apple and then you can just turn around and sign and swipe your card or tap it or whatever, it looks more professional. So we shall see. I think it's time that I get an it like hurts my heart. It's time for me to get an iPad. Our house is greatly divided by it. 3 people have eyes, and then me and Hope have droids, and we stand by our droids, but and I think that my tablet got a little bit of the water damage because it was plugged in, and it was one of those plugs that I had to wrap out and take out during the flood. So I don't know if that has something to do with it because it will not charge over 40% and it's no longer in warranty. So yeah, that's good times. um so that's my plan. I need to go get webbing and some foam from Joann's, and then I'll come back and I plan on doing making another bag. But this bag will be a striped bag, so unfortunately it'll be another bag that you guys can't see just yet. But soon it's going to be striped fabric and hardware from Alchemats, and I love Olivia. She just creates the most coolest stuff. So I am going to put together one of those bags. And this weekend I have planned on doing filming for bag of the month. So you won't see that bag either. So hopefully on Sunday and Monday, I make things that you guys can actually see. I know. It's just it's all about finances, and for me right now, everything I know. I can I know. It's just the thing is that with the homeowners insurance, there's just so many things. I don't know. I don't know. I have Kindle going through everything because receipts and all that stuff. But yes, I need a new iPad or a new something because it's becoming to be a nuisance because the reason why I originally bought a tablet was because I can film on my tablet and still do things on my phone. So if I need to look up directions or whatever, I can do that to different electronic devices, and I can't do that at this time anymore. And it's just becoming more harder and harder to edit videos because I have to dump everything. So what can I do? Hey, Julie. I know I want to see the snow too. I think we're going to be hit with a storm. There's another storm coming our way. It's that time. January and February is when we get the most stuff, and then sometimes it creeps into March, but not a lot. It's just chilly in that spring wetness that comes in March. So I don't know. So yeah, not too big of a plans. Everything in my room is dried out. You don't hear the fans. Um, So that's good. Now I just have to, like, when I look around, it's like, whew, every station has something on it. So I need to move around some stuff. I know. Oh, yeah. I don't. Okay. So finances to me is very extremely hard because of just how I interpret things as my when I seen through my parents. There's a lot of people that I know that have to live and learn in order to do it. I'm one of those people that I watch them. I've always been an observer. And if I see something that people are not doing something well at, I generally take it as a rule of thumb that I shouldn't be doing it. I have this thing of trying not to live above my means, and it has a lot to do with the fact that I do everything that I have either goes into my kids, the house, or the business. So, yeah. Whoop whoop, Chicago. Oh, Julie, are you going to the so whatever studio, are you going to take any classes if you're in Chicago? Just out of curiosity. Because there's a lot of people in Chicago. Like that I talked to, and I didn't realize that they all were there. You guys are all in Chicago, so I want to know what's going on in Chicago. So yeah, there's so many cool classes. So like there's my class, which is cool, you know, 'cause, um oh yeah, Julie. Okay, okay, I got to hang out with Julie and Sandra. We all went to Harry Potter. We have a weird bond because we all like Harry Potter. And Julie is like she's cool people. Like seriously, like if she lived next door, I feel like we would be just having coffees and talking and sewing all day. Like she's very just chill. Yeah. I think it is a central hub for sewists. A lot of sewists live in in Chicago. And I'm like, I need to just drive down to Chicago and just be like, look, hey guys, let's all sew. um and Chicago's not that far from me. It's only a 2-hour flight. That's it. It takes me 2 hours and 15 or 2 hours and 30 minutes to get to Florida. And it's only a 2-hour flight to Chi-Town. So I'm just so yeah, Julie's a really cool person. If you have an opportunity to meet her, you're gonna exchange phone numbers with her, and you're gonna want to be friends with her. She's just like, I don't know. She just reminds me, like anytime I vision, this is how I visualize people, right? She has a big sun hat on, and she has like a flowy like dress that has sunflowers, and she has sunflowers in her hands, and she's like braiding them into crowns. And she's just like humming to the music as the wind is blowing through her hair. I know that was very romantic, but I romanticize everybody. That's just how my brain works. Okay. I have a really cool one for me too. Okay. So, I have my big afro, curly fro, and then it's like I'm taking all these cool pictures, but I'm doing it in like a really cool outfit with like bell bottoms, and I have a bag and I'm doing all these peace symbols, and I have like these really cool makeups that from the 70s all over my face. That's what I visualize myself as. Yeah. You guys don't have like a like okay, like I know I'm not the only one. Do you guys have a walk song? Like if you had to put your model strut on, like what would be your walk to stop everybody to pay attention to you? Mine's was I have PYT from Michael Jackson and Bringing Sexy Back from Justin Timberlake. These are my walks. Okay, so for you, Christine, you're a whole different ballgame. Every time I visualize you in an actual truck, but your truck is like blinked out and pink and like bedazzled, and the inside is not like a truck. It is like all like juicy like velour seats, and you have a really cool pink cowboy hat on. I don't know, and your nails are on point. You have long, luxurious pink nails, and you're just doing your thing. So, Lynette, I have a visualization for you too. so, so I see Lynette in like these really dainty like overalls that have flowers on it, and she's picking strawberries, and she has this oversized hat, and it just looks so amazing on her. And every time I see her like sun kissed and just glowing. That's how I visualize in you, Lynette. So I'm just saying, once I have an interaction with you, and I see you face to face, that's how I remember your name. Names are very important to me, and I have a hard time remembering names. So how I remember names is by my imagination, how I view you in my head. And it's just, oh, Arnetta, I got you, girl. Don't worry. Yours is, you have this dope ass bike, right? And it's all red and it's chromed out. Like, it is not matte red, it is chromed out. And you have a matching, like, runner's outfit, helmet. You have the elbow pads, and you have these badass sunglasses. And guess what? You also have red lipstick on, and you're biking. That's how I visualize you, Ornetta. See, all of you guys are just like a hop, skip, jumping away from Chi-Town. So, you guys, apparently Chicago is the hub of sewing. You're like, hey, it snows. Let's start sewing. That's what so, or I think I have visualization. When I meet you in person, that's what I start getting from you. So I start immediately having a backstory in my head of how you would live in my alternate world. So see, she's like, for the win. The bike that I have for you though in my head, I wish I can draw it, because it's not a matte, it is like chrome. Like, I'm talking about like you would see on race cars red, and it's just badass. Just completely. Even your shoes, you have like red filas. Like, everything is red down to your socks. It's just that's how I picture you. That's an Arnetta to me. And like when I try to describe it to my husband's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to just meet these people in person, because I feel like so he's always like, you always have some over the top imagination. I've always been having an overactive imagination, but I think that transcribes into my work when I do stuff, when I sew, because that the one thing I get faithfully, and I will take as a compliment, is my attention to detail. Even though I have ADHD, my mind goes in a million different directions, and I let it wander. I let it just go through whatever process it's going to go through, because it usually leads me down something pretty interesting. And that's how I make my bags. I don't know. I let my mind wander, and then I start changing things just a little bit here and there. And then all of a sudden I took a pattern and I made it kind of individually mine by doing small modification, fabrics, different things, and different techniques. So it's actually pretty interesting when I do tutorials, and on my channel, I do the tutorials by the book. And no one knows how hard that is for me. And that's one of the reasons why I continue to strike, so that way I could try to break this and not go off of a pattern. And that's why Patreon is for me to be me, where I can just let's modify the heck out of everything. um, because following things by the book, beating to the drum, has never been my thing. So it's not a bad thing, but that's why I do this channel, doing everything by the book. The seam allowance, the threads, materials, everything by the book. You won't even see me change interfacings, because I want you to be able to go back and reference that video as education that you needed and you got from me. And if you're like, okay, well, I like the crazy things that she does with backpacks, that's when you join the Patreon, and then you get to see a little bit more of my quirkiness. Or In the case of the Patreon video this week, you heard Loki snore like a piggy in the background because apparently when I go in the living room, he has to lay right by me snoring. It's like he knew he seen the video equipment. He was like, "Oh, guess what? I'm gonna make the loudest piggy noises for you." Yes, I have. Julie, I have, and I'm going to try to actually do that again on Sunday, hopefully. Hopefully. And I'm also trying to talk to a person that does bigger designing to see if they can help maybe do a collaboration or something so they could write it out and they could deconstruct it. But yes, but there's other people that have these three-dimensional pouches out, and you could just kind of throw them on anything. And maybe that's something that I will talk about in Patreon, because you could take a 3D pouch from another bag and put it on to your bag. It's just about placement and finding your centers, and I can go over that in Patreon because that is definitely a really cool modification. You have a red bike outfit with sugar skulls. You know, that's pretty cool though. I'm not gonna even lie. That's pretty hot. That's cool. You'd be like, look at my sugar skull. I think it's really cool. Like you're like the fitness guru and you're like very healthy. And it was so funny because when me and Nicole were like, she puts us to shame, man, dude. She is living her best life. It was, and you're super healthy. I love that. And everybody, if you do come to the North Carolina one, the golden rule is slap the cupcakes out of Christine's hands. I love you, Christine. That's why I'm doing that. Slap it out of the hands. So yeah, that's all I'm doing today. Hopefully, I don't want to go to the urgent care, but because I think they're just going to diagnose me with. I have chronic sinusitis. So like if you have a chronic disease that's not life debilitating, like I don't know, they say some people have migraines and it's life debilitating. Like they're like they can't be in light, they can't do whatever. But if you go to the doctor with a headache and you know you have chronic migraines, you feel like they come back and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you have migraines." And you're like, "No shit, Sherlock. I just told you that in my paper. Now help me get rid of it." um and I thought as soon as I put down chronic sinusitis and they're going to be like, "Hey, yeah, when did you get diagnosed with that?" And I'm going to be like 19, 25, 30, like so on and so forth. They're going to be like, "Oh, you have sinusitis. Are you doing the neti pot?" I just said I had chronic sinusitis. So if you're going to ask me about neti pot, if you're going to ask me about steam treatments, if you're going to ask me about nebulizer treatments, these are all the things I've done before I came here. I'm coming to you because you're my last resort. And it's been so many times where they just like, here's some antibiotics, and you have a legit worry because they overprescribe antibiotics and then your body could become resistant to it. So I just at this point, if a doctor was like, "I'm going to put steroids in your face," I'll be like, "Shoot him up," because I'm so congested. I'm so congested. And then you could see like so all right, there's different sinuses. There's sinuses that are right on through here. There's the ones that are here. And the most dangerous sinuses if you have a bacterial infection are actually right here. Now that's where I get a lot of sinuses. If you can see, I'm swollen through here because my sinuses are inflamed. I cannot breathe out of one nostril at all. I have dry mouth right now. Like I am just suffering. I've been taking dry mouth tablets that you stick on the back of your gums and they slowly dissipate within hours. I'm like, I gotta go to find a new ENT though too. So all I ever want to do is like MRI, ENT, and then let's do another sinus surgery. And you're just like, no, no, dude. There's only so many times I'm gonna let you go into my nose. And every time they're like, "Oh, you have a deviated septum." I'm like, "Didn't you fix that the last time you were in there?" Like, I'm okay. Sorry to vent. I'm sorry to vent. I'm sorry. Ooh, that's nice. I am excited for the Carolina one too. What? Christine, dude, you can't ask for cupcakes. What the hell? Let's see. Yes, Julie, then you understand. You when you're at that last moment of your point where you're like, "Damn it. I have took Mucinex, I have done everything. I am spraying Flonase up my nose, I am doing neti pots, I'm doing hot toddies, steam treatments, and everything." And the straw that broke the camel back is yesterday my ears started hurting, like, when the fan blew by it, I was like, "Nope, not today, we're gonna go to the doctor." It's like, there's a lot of pain I can deal with, but ear pain, you'll be like, "Shanova, you're acting like a sissy Lala. What are you doing?" I'll be, like, in the corner shaking back and forth, and you'll be like, "Alright, you're a grown-ass woman, go to the doctor." So yes, if you can't breathe through your nose. I even tried to get those breathing strips where they like it opens up this through this area, and it's hard because a lot of, as you can see, like, so there's two people that whenever they see they could tell that I have a migraine or a sinus infection that's just started, because they say that my eyes get half masked, and this area always gets swollen whenever I get a sinus infection, and so I'm miserable. Yes, that's the one I got, Diane. That is the best dry mouth tablets I've ever had. They like 'cause if you get dry mouth from sinuses or be a mouth breather, those tablets, you like stick onto your top of your gum and whatever, and they slowly dissipate. They don't taste gross, and they work for 12 hours. Like, it works for 12 hours, and it's amazing because there's nothing worse where you're feeling like you have to drink a gallon of water and it's still not stopping that dry mouth. I know, it's like I can't yeah, as I'm I'm like, I can't breathe in this. I'm trying to suck in everything in. It progressively gets worse through the day. I like in the morning, I guess because how I sleep, I feel like everything's drained and I feel good. And then like by noon, I'm like, oh God, what can I do to breathe through my nose? So yeah, I need to go to the ENT, but I'm settling for urgent care and hopefully I get somebody that can help me. I don't know. I hate taking steroids, but I'm willing to take steroids at this point, just to get rid of it. Um, so yeah, that's all I plan on today. And you guys seen my book. So if you want to do something like that, I think it's cool. I just take the pictures from my phone and I just put them in there. And I write everything down. So the second page you can't see, but the only thing I hate about these happy planner pages is like the papers always just like want to pop out. So it's pretty cool. I I'm actually this close to actually seeing that there's a chiropractor report thing over urgent care, because I feel like I would get more relief with sinuses today with it than if I went to a urgent care. And there's a really cool chiropractor place that's right across the street. I'm going when I get off the phone here, I'm gonna see if they have an appointment. And if they do, and they take my Blue Cross, I'm going over there versus urgent care. Hey Mandy. It's actually what I told you guys yesterday. It's a her name is um Sarah Mariam, and she's on Instagram. And you have, in order to get her patterns, you have to be part of her Patreon, and she has a new pattern every month. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm actually thinking about doing that, Julie. Like, cause there's a new one, and why not get adjusted? See, and like you could tell when I lift off my eyebrows, you can still see that swelling through there. It's not the business right now. um, so yeah, I'll show you the red one more tomorrow. My husband's taking it to work so I could take some pictures. I have like a song in my head for Instagram reel, and I just wanted more pictures of it. So yep, that is it. I hope everyone has a really good Friday. If you're able to sew, So if you're able to hang out with family and friends, if you're just sitting down, vegging out, watching Netflix and chill, do it. Yeah, so yeah, it's her name. If you go on Instagram, it's Sarah Mariam, Sarah with an H, Mariam Mariam, and go on her Instagram. And then when you go on her Instagram, you can hit her link tree, and it will take you to it. And I think she has two tiers. One tier is like a $3, and you're just supporting her, and it's no patterns. And then the other one is $10, and you get a pattern a month. Okay. So I hope everyone has a really great day, and I'll show the bag tomorrow, and I'll put the information into her Instagram in my thing tomorrow when I go on. So I will see you all tomorrow, and I hope everyone has a really good Friday. And it's a long weekend. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.